Hi, I'm Steve Adelman. This is Adelman on Venues. Today I'm going to talk about force majeure provisions, which seems particularly appropriate since, as I'm taping this, Hurricane Sandy is working its way up the east coast of the United States. A force majeure provision is a part of what is usually the boilerplate language at the end of most contracts, which means higher force or greater force, what most people think of as the act of God provision. A force majeure component of a contract generally refers to severe weather events that cause an event to cancel, strikes, insurrections, acts of God, which are beyond the control of either contracting party to address and which make performance of the contract impossible. And so what a force majeure provision in a contract is supposed to do is to say, through no fault of yours or ours, we cannot fulfill the terms of this contract, and so it basically stops the contract where it is and says, where you have spent time and resources to fulfill the contract in anticipation of performance, for that you should be compensated, but since you didn't actually perform, you're not going to be paid for the performance that you did not render. That's how a force majeure provision is supposed to work. Now, as in most contracts, the devil is in the details, and so as events are currently unfolding, you may not have time to look at your force majeure provision today or tomorrow or even next week, but this is part of not just boilerplate, but the occasionally important obscure language that you should periodically review in all of your contracts. Now, if it's too late for you to be looking at your contract, there is another important issue to address, which is, do you have event cancellation insurance coverage? Again, event cancellation insurance is a contract, and so once more the devil is in the details. The key to event cancellation insurance coverage is to make sure that the provisions, the events, the acts of God that you consider most likely to occur are not excluded within the policy language. And so you want to have someone who can read through even an insurance contract, which is far from beach reading even for lawyers. You want to make sure that they read through your contract of insurance to make sure that precisely the events that are most likely to occur and cause an event to be canceled are not excluded from the policy. Now, I'm going to say something which is pretty radical for a lawyer, which is when you're approaching an emergency, a Hurricane Sandy type situation, don't worry so much about the legalities of it. Worry more about protecting lives. And so I strongly suggest that you think about this emergency and all emergencies in the following order. Triage the situation like this. 1. Protect lives. 2. Protect property, which is a very distant second to protecting lives. And then 3. Worry about your legal rights and obligations. If you deal with things in that order, if you behave ethically, if you do the right thing, you will find, I believe, that people who have had the right thing done to them are reluctant to sue. Moreover, even if they should sue, courts will not only consider contractual rights and obligations, but also the equities of a situation. What is fair? What is right? What is just? And so, emergencies, such as Hurricane Sandy, emergencies are a situation where doing the right thing tends also to be doing the best legal thing. I'm Steve Adelman. This is Adelman on Venues.